way to stress.
You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab. Brown man, when it come back, I'ma give back. My bad when the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed, the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
This home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Detroit Lions. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Let's go, B. Big series right. Lock it. Check 26.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Let's go, fellas. Let's go.
At their own 28-yard line.
Waiting. 51's the mic. Man out.
And he'll give it here to his running back. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 180. Come on, dude. Ram. Under 10. Check.
Johnson odds poke free. Football's out, and the Falcons grab it. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to... down near the 11-yard line.
Result of the play, first down and 10.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo. Come on. You're out. 61. Pass box. Right. Crunch. Check 4. Dang. Wall. Get wall. Switch.
try and start this drive in the air. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A'Shawn Robinson, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They run, Devontae Freeman. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. 60, Pittsburgh. Mike by 4, Mike by 4. Mike Taylor. Ready? 54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Let up. Hey, watch this. Ready?
They'll set up to throw. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They were able to push him backwards on 1st down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked out right there at the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because
but when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off at the 39, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Johnson, the intended target.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready, ready, ready. He don't run no better. Check, check, check. Watch the safety creep. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Set up. Ready.
On 2nd down, Freeman. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Set, ready, to 8, read.
third down. Devontae Freeman. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And this one is right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 33. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
2nd and 6. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break up their routes quickly as well.
9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And to give this time to the tailback. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Lions have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, and result, touchdown.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. 2nd and 9 now. They'll buy some time right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. So that'll back him up 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Back to throw here. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Bravo! Mike 40, Mike 40. All day, dog. Dog. Safety's Griffin. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Mike's 40. Mike's 40. You don't want it? Ready. Look at the ball. Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, switch the mic right here. We go Mike 40, Mike 40. Hey, Mike, ready, go.
They're going to try and throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Here we go. 180.
Let's go, defense.
Great thing he's done.
Wentz now on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Hey, pick it up.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Gets it off to Freeman. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. They'll drop the throw. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 44-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now back to throw. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, Pete. Tighten up.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offense is...
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 30, 10, touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Wowzers.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Lions 35, Falcons 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Set, 30 pace, let's go. I got him.
Looking to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down.
Charlie. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
They'll try and throw for it here. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deshaun Hand gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
They'll look to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Wrigley. Picked off at the 48. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now as a quarterback, under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
It's a foot race. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 84 yards. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will get them one closer. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Then he'll give it here to his running back. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one. From the red zone now, Wentz. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And his kick here is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Freeman again. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. This quarterback now perfect since the 2nd half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made by the 3rd-round pick out of Louisiana, Tracy Walker. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play. Obviously, instead he hit a safety valve.
It looked like 2 well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
Here we go. 280.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
20.
Here we go, D.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
180.
Pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Check 3, check 3.
Today's